Okay, it is 10:01, Thursday, August 29th, 2013. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Wagner.
I'm here.
Commissioner Stacy.
Here.
Commissioner Whitmore.
Here.
Okay, let's sign the journal, and is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve it as outlined.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, they're approved. Old business, Mrs. Wilson.
I talked to Katie Kleinfelder about the coming in for some bonding questions, and the meeting on the 24th that we were having at Meadowbrook in Bascom actually works wonderful in her schedule.
Yeah.
So she put it down for 8:30. She's actually going to be in Cary at 7 for a meeting. So she said that she'd be. I told her where we were at and what we were doing. I sent her the address. So
Yeah.
she says she's more than happy to come in and
Good.
answer any questions. And
Good, good.
She'll be there at 8:30?
8:30.
8:30, but the commissioner meeting is at 7:30, isn't it?
Well, she'd be there as soon as she can get there. I just put it down at 8:30.
Okay.
We start at 7:30.
Start at 7:30.
I can move it up to 8. I mean, she said she should be able to be there by 8, but she put 8:30.
Hopefully
Yeah.
she can be there by 8.
And again, kind of the reason for it is, from a newbie standpoint, is just to try to understand at a high level our current bond rating, what parameters happen to increase it or decrease the bond rating there.
Yep.
And
She's,
just so I have an understanding, you guys may understand it, completely, but I can darn well assure you I don't. So as we spend money and save money and borrow money and do all those things, how does that affect the bond rating? Again, I'm coming back to my business career, debt to equity, and I assume there's some sort of correlation on bonding and debt to equity in some level.
yeah.
I like having some extra stuff at the evening meetings too.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. That's all the old I have.
That's all we have. Nicole? Mr. Zolli?
The only thing that's, I think is just part of old, the Board of Elections did, wait, I'm screwed up. You were checking into something out there, weren't you? Okay, forget it.
I won't. I'll keep working on it.
Thank you. Brain dead, I forgot we talked about that Tuesday, so.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah. First sign of old age, dog.
Do you have anything, Alan?
I'm still working on the Board of
Okay,
Elections.
okay, okay.
That's it.
Okay, I don't have any old business either. New business?
New business, I have bill vouchers 101 to 104. I have a supplement to the permit appropriations to the Seneca County Road 38-9.32 bridge replacement, LPA 1204. Putting $10,000 into that bridge replacement fund. I have a supplement to the permit appropriations to the Seneca County Road 20, County Road 36, and County Road 62 pavement resurfacing, contract 1304, putting $570,000 into the pavement resurfacing line. A resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into a contract with M&B Asphalt for the Seneca County Road 20, County Road 36, County Road 62 pavement resurfacing project. This was the bid, total bid of that was $544,308.11. I have a resolution authorizing a contract service agreement with JB Roofing as part of the energy efficiency repairs for the roof at the maintenance building. I have a resolution authorizing the amendment to the food services contract agreement with North Central Academy on behalf of the Seneca County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, is there a motion?
Make the motion. Charlie will make it, I'll second it.
Sure.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right. Any discussion on any of the above? I appreciate the real good bids we had on that road project. I think all 4 of them came in below estimate, and as usual, M&B had the best bid, so we appreciate all the bidders. Anything else? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Zoller,
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy,
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner.
Yes. Okay, anything else?
Reminder, Monday's a holiday. I won't be here.
Okay.
We'll be sending out the agenda tomorrow for Tuesday's meeting.
And Tuesday is their work session?
Yes.
Yes, Tuesday's first, or first meeting.
Yep.
Mhm. Okay, did you have any new business?
No, I do not.
Nicole? Okay, Fred?
Yeah.
Bill?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna say
I
that.
just, before I start this, I want to, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's Jeff's comments I'm laughing at. That's not you, Fred, it's Jeff. He's being a sideline
Before, this got
comedian.
to do with the Seneca County Airport, and before I start anything, I want to make it perfectly clear. I think that the operators we have at the Seneca County Airport are second to none in not only Northwest Ohio, but in the country. So I want to make sure that is perfectly on the table here. But with that being said, it's just been brought to my attention, and I don't know, that's what I want to ask my fellow commissioners, if it's something that we want to investigate or not, and I'm fine with whatever way you go, but I think that it, again, it was brought to my attention, and let's just talk about it. We have a lease with the airport, and again, they do a great job, so I'm not at all faulting in anything there, but the lease is $1 a year lease, and then there's a, roughly, over the past 5 years, we pay about $50,000 a year of expenses towards the airport. Mowing the grass, providing a mower, kind of incidental things, not major things, but again, it's $50,000. And Commissioner Wagner, I loved it, he said, Fred, all you do is spend money. Well, I also try to save money too. And I just wonder if that's something that we want to set down with the operators at the airport and renegotiate. It's in the contract and everything is legal, we're doing everything to our obligation, but does it make sense for us to subsidize a profit-making organization?
It's not the,
We're providing the land, and we're leasing them the land for $1 a year.
Right.
And part of the lease agreement is that we pay certain things, and again, over the last 5 years, that's equal to about $50,000 per year. We spent $250,000 over the last 5 years. Not a lot, but again, $50,000, that, is it something that we want to negotiate with them and say, you know what, is this really the county's responsibility, or could this be negotiated and you have to take care of the maintenance? We give you the land, but you have to take care of all the expenses there.
I mean, it's probably worth looking at so we have a better understanding of it, but it's probably a multi-year lease, I assume.
And I checked with the prosecutor, and if we mutually, that would be the FBO, the Flight Bureau office out there, and
Fixed-base
us,
office.
if we would have
Fixed-base
mutually
operator.
agreed to open up negotiations, then we could rescind the contract. If it's not mutually agreed to, then we gotta wait to the end of the contract.
Without reading the contract, yeah, I don't know that, but other than it's,
Well, that
it
was-
is
that
multi-year.
was-
But I, not that, again, not that we shouldn't look at it, but we do have to remember, even though it's physically not a structure like the CSB building or the RTA building, it's an asset like that we do have to take care of, and it just, that asset has a lot of grass to mow versus windows to fix. I just, thinking out loud as you bring this up, 'cause
And I mean, I really hesitate to even bring it up because they do a stellar job out there. They do. I'm just wondering if that's something that we wanna discuss. We wait till the end of the contract and bring it up for new, or, hey, they're doing such a great job, that's the best $50,000 we've ever spent,
Yeah.
leave it alone.
yeah.
I'm fine with any one of those, but I think it's just something that needed to be brought up.
The 250,000 over the last 5 years, I would guess most of that is federal money, correct, or is that not the case?
From what I understand, and I've tried to do a lot of investigating, that physically come out of the general fund.
And then-
There's been funds greater than 250, but that's been grants that we received money and they spent, we gave, but what's physically come out of the general funds, to what the auditors explained to me, was $250,000, so it's over a 5-year period, so I'm averaging at 50,000 a year.
It's
Strictly general funds.
I think it's like these obstruction removal things. We pay the money, then we get 90% of it back.
Yeah, but this is in addition to
This-
that.
this-
Oh, there's been funds way over 250,000, but we were reimbursed that. I tried to get down what was the general fund, strictly the general funds.
And not matches for grants or
Not
things like
matches,
that?
not anything. Strictly how it affects the general funds, and that, again, is,
Well, I mean,
I'd be surprised if that's the case, but it might be.
I know our normal expenses, just the utilities, we do pay for our phone line, we pay for the electric to the lighting for the runway and the taxiway. Those only run about maybe $3,000-4,000 a year, and then we pay $120 a month for radio service for the runway. And this year we did a little bit more for the weeding. Remember Brad came in
Oh,
or
yeah.
asked about keeping the properties that we now own weeded, so he sprayed all that.
now if I have incorrectly, this is information I've got from the auditor, and I said, I don't want things that we're reimbursed for it from the feds,
Right,
take that out of it. Because I think there's still gonna be that interaction,
yeah.
and we still need to participate in it. My question is, do we wanna continue where we have a lease of $1 a year for a profit-making organization? Do we wanna subsidize that further? And that's what we have done, and that's what we've done in the past, and if this board elects, I mean, I hate this
and I don't know that
because-
the setup is or isn't, and it doesn't matter that we have to do it the same, but how other counties that own airports, and typically what the county provides versus what the fixed-based operator, they're gonna come in and be the manager of it, what do you provide, so they manage it. And that's that happens, they manage it, they run the services that are affiliated with it, other than the assets of the runway itself and the lights and those things, but
I can tell you that
Good
we have,
thinking, I
because
guess.
I'm a pilot myself, we have one of the best FBOs, I mean,
And
in Ohio. So I'm not faulting at all what they do, at all.
yeah.
the only things we pay for, like you say, is the lights, that radio system, and then if we have to repave a runway or remove some trees or things like that, we don't pay anything that goes into the operator's pocket. If you look at, Sandusky County had a fixed base operator, I don't know what they paid him, but it was a substantial amount of money to have a fixed base operator come in. And the city of Fostoria pays their fixed base operator, I don't know, a substantial amount of money too, not as much as Sandusky County. And Sandusky County actually lost theirs, right?
Yes.
They lost
Yes.
theirs because it wasn't worth his time to do that.
Yeah,
I-
they employ that person, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the reason Brad can do it for $1 a year is because he has this business beside it that kind of ties into the airport. I would suggest is you have a personal conversation with Brad and just talk to him about the situation. He could explain it a lot better than we could, or than I can anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to do anything to ruin a good relationship.
Oh, no,
we
no,
have
no, 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 no.
And lose that, because if we have to hire an FBO, we'll be up the creek. you
Yeah,
know what I
oh,
mean?
no. I would not want to do anything there, but again, I mean, is it our responsibility to subsidize a,
Well, we're not,
profit center. Well-
we're paving the runway, we're paying for the lights.
but let's just, let me just give it, for instance, let's just say John Keller's welding. We provided them the truck to do the towing. We're providing them the runway so that they can bring planes in and do a profit center. Now, the county's responsibility here, in my mind, is providing the land.
Well,
In
we
the
have to
run-
provide the runway, right? If we don't have to
Yeah,
provide the
yeah, we have to
runway, we
maintain-
don't have an airport.
We don't have an airport, yeah, and we need the airport for
And along with the
economic development
runways-
reasons and other things that it's been.
Along with the runways, the
Important to have.
taxiway, I don't know how much does your business use the airport, bring people in?
Yeah, in case, yeah. I mean, it's an asset
And I'm
to
sure
the county.
that's the
It's an
case
asset.
Yeah.
with the others, when that was built in the sixties, that was the idea, was to, help the businesses.
Certainly an asset to the county, no
If-
doubt
if-
about it, no doubt about it.
If the current operator would say, I don't wanna do it anymore, we would pay through the nose to find somebody to do it, because they would have no no side business that they benefited from.
And I think this contract is, it was signed in 2010, and it's for 25 years with 5 consecutive renewals after that. So it's, and he pays us $25, he pays us 25 years in advance.
If you want me to drop it, I will be glad to drop it.
I
If
think
you
I
want me
would-
to investigate it, then I will investigate it. I'll take whatever the direction of the board here is. And
I would say talk to Brad. I like what,
I'd say have a
Mr.
private
Wagner has
conversation with
suggested.
Brad and just see what,
and then you can share that with us, or you
Yeah.
can come into a.
yeah, I didn't
session
want to
and-
do that. I felt really uncomfortable about this. This is the problem. You can't deliberate behind the scenes. All I did is I
No.
gave you guys facts
Yeah.
the other day, and then that's why we had to bring it up here. I didn't want to go with Brad, and if you guys say, oh, no, we don't want to touch that, and we just, we're fine with the way it is, leave it
Yeah.
alone. But this is where public meetings come into place. And
yeah, I think all we're doing is keeping up the airport, and we own the airport, so we have to keep up the airport.
And I'm making an assumption here, but because we own the airport, that's probably made the qualifying factor for the grants, or a lot of the grants from the FAA.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
Oh, we're gonna
if we
continue
did-
to own the airport.
Oh, yeah, I know you're not saying that, but I'm just, there would be a lot of things improvements that have made the airport as good as people, brag about it and comment about it because of things they've been able to do with grants, and if we didn't, those grants wouldn't have been possible. And if we gave up the airport, I think we'd have to pay back some
Oh, yeah,
grants.
yeah, nobody's talking about
I
giving up the
know, I
airport.
know, I'm
We're
just-
gonna continue to give her, all
But
I'm
I'm sure it
talking
was
about
part,
is.
helped with the grants.
Oh, sure.
And
Is
I'm
these-
sure back whenever in the sixties or whatever they decided to have the airport, is that when you said it was? It goes
I
back that
think
long?
so, I think, listening to Kenny, he said Kenny Easton was a big airport guy, and I can't remember all the things he said, but it was a Jim Rhodes deal, where Jim Rhodes wanted an airport in every county,
Uh-huh.
and that's when Seneca County got theirs.
Yeah.
Won't belabor it. If I get your blessing, I'll go ahead and just talk with
Yeah,
Chris
just
and
talk
just
with
see
him.
if
I think
if
he-
there is some room for discussion on changing some of the things that the county is
And talk-
paying for there.
Talk with Kenny as well. Kenny's
Already
good.
have.
Okay,
He said I shouldn't touch it.
Okay, well.
I don't always listen to him.
I'd say he's probably right.
Kenny's a wise
Jeff,
man.
if you don't know me now, I like controversy.
Talk with Brad, I've talked with him different times on different issues that have come up through the years.
He probably made an enemy of my neighbor because he's my neighbor, and I don't want to do that in any.
Your yard turns brown, I don't know. Brad would never do that.
I'm just
I will
thinking.
definitely have that conversation before it goes in the paper tomorrow.
I was just thinking, if he wasn't there with his business on the side, and we still wanted to operate a county airport,
Oh, yeah,
you'd be paying the same as Fostoria or Sandusky County.
Yeah,
It just works out in our favor and his as well.
yeah.
Okay, that all you need?
That's it.
Okay. Okay, anything else from the board or the staff? Any public comment? All right, any motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we're adjourned at 10:19. We'll see you next Tuesday.